Hello trippers and welcome to another solo trip. This time we're going in at Wendigo Lake, and we're going to make our way down to Radiant Lake. There is something very special about Radiant Lake, and that leads into my other thing here. So this is my loadout this year. You'll notice a big honking telescope. That's right, I'm taking an 8-inch Dob into the park, and I may not be the first person to ever do this, but I think I might be the first person to document it, because I couldn't find anybody else doing it. No one was that brave or that dumb to haul a telescope like this into the park. Also running my aluminum canoe, okay, at a weight of 70 pounds, and this canoe, specifically because it holds this telescope, I even had to remove a crossbar to get the telescope to fit in the canoe. But also, it's what I have. And we're off. We're heading down Wendigo Lake. It's been a while since I paddled in the canoe with the double blade paddle. I've got the blade set as long as it'll go. So this trip, I'm prepared to do triple carries on the portages. I've got one trip with the 68-pound canoe, another trip with my 50-ish pound pack, plus probably the 20-ish pound barrel, and then the third trip with the telescope base and the telescope tube. I've rigged up some straps on the tube to act as a handle. This is either going to be an amazing astronomy experience or a very difficult canoe trip. It could be both. Now here we are, Paddler's Dilemma. We have a 300-meter portage around that. If I was in my kayak with no telescope and delicate mirror, I would obviously just drag it. I think I might anyway. Woohoo! We skipped the portage to North Depot Lake. And anytime you can skip a portage, that's a good thing. And we made it to the end of North Depot Lake. We're going to stop and have some lunch. Get everything just set aside here. Time is about, let me see, 2 o'clock maybe? Yeah, 2:05, which is great. We're about halfway there. So we're pounding out the 770 between North Depot and the next lake. And this is the longest portage of the trip. So I'm leapfrogging my gear in fairly short intervals. The canoe's heavy. The telescope is tough on the neck muscles because it's all hand bomb. And that's it. I'm just not going to sweat it. Well, maybe a little. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm on vacation after all. I'm not going to push it too hard, and just enjoying this trail. It is a rough, rocky trail, but pretty level. There was one fairly sharp incline, but it was pretty short. Seeing lots of wildlife. Saw a couple of large toads, pretty big garter snake, and okay, I guess that's all. There's a beaver house right there, and two beavers just put into the water right here. There's their bubbles. They're right below me somewhere. Yeah, water's pretty low here. It's probably about a foot down from what it usually is. But I am finding the channels. Well, here we are. It is 7 o'clock. It is starting to get dusky. The sun hasn't quite set. Actually, the sun is that way. But anyway, it is about 7 o'clock. And I'm on Clamshell Lake now. I was expecting to be on my campsite on Radiant by, I don't know, 5:30. So my calculations are a little off. I'm going to have to go revisit those. Say hello to my little friend. I just got here. I haven't even got food out yet. Come on. Good morning, trippers. It was an interesting night, to say the least. After massively miscalculating how long it would take me to get here, I did my last 20-meter portage in the dark with a flashlight, or with my headlamp. The landing was very rocky and muddy, very difficult. And at one point, I dropped my bag in the mud. And then I located the campsite purely by GPS. And if you'll notice behind me, the canoe is over there. That's where the GPS landed me. This is where the actual campsite is. So close enough, but I was walking up and down the beach with my headlamp looking for the orange campsite sign. Had it been in the daylight, that wouldn't have been so bad. So I landed, got some food on the go, set up my shelter, and I did actually, since it was kind of the point of the trip, I still managed to get the telescope out here and all set up. And even at 8:30 when I arrived, it was dark enough that the Milky Way was visible in the sky. And it was really, really impressive. It was a really nice night that way. And so I used a bit of cognitive mental, I don't know what you call it, trick, I guess, to just sort of remind myself that, yeah, the new socks are going to feel great, and the nice warm clothes are going to feel great when I get to the site, and the food's going to be so good. It wasn't great, but anyway. And I just had to remind myself, look, I'm only stressed out because it's dark, and because I'm late, and because and I'm cold and I'm wet. So, but then I reminded myself that no, everything's in good order. I have everything I need. I'm not in any danger. And I got an 8-inch telescope into one of the darkest places in the inhabited area of Canada. And so then I just enjoyed it, and it was really good. So today I slept in. I made a point of not getting up until either I was warm or hungry, and I'm hungry. So today I will be just double checking and making sure that my sleeping bag, underquilt, and the scatter blanket. Last night they were all just a little bit damp, and it made for a really cold evening. And then I'm going to eat the kebabs that I had planned for supper last night, this morning. I think we'll have a kebab brunch. I am probably having the peak of the vacation experience. I am sitting on the beach. I'm eating steak kebab. And drinking a coffee. I need a day like today. Especially after the day I had yesterday. It's pretty tough. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get up as far as North Depot Lake. I have the entire day. I just need to get past that point. I am scheduled to be on Allen Lake. I will if that's in the cards. So, and the goal being that I'm out of Wendigo by noon. Because I got about a 3.5 hour drive home. Because I'd like to get to karate on Monday night. Monday night is grading night. A lot of our students are doing their testing for their next belt levels, and I'm not testing it, and instead I'll be helping to do the evaluating. These are nice and dry. Sitting in the sun. Didn't need to hang a rope or anything. These nice bushes were perfect. Nice and warm. I mean, it won't be warm per se when I crawl into bed, but they're dry. Well, I moved the hammock. I moved it up off the beach, and did a much more thorough job on my tarp hang this time. I got it almost right to the ground. This should block most of the wind, but still provide fresh air. Stuff is almost dry. I've had my lunch, and I'm doing good. All right, here we go. Get all this into the hammock here. Put the sleeping bag in the hammock. Put the blanket in the hammock too for now for safekeeping. I think the blanket's going to go into the blanket's going to go inside the sleep bag, and I'll sleep on top of it. Oh dear, I've got a bit of a mess. Oh, there we go. Since redoing this, I've some of my little odds and ends here aren't quite exactly where they used to be. Got a little prusik knot here. Oh, there we go. That's where it is. Just need to get out and do a little bit of walk. Look for anything interesting on the beach. Found some interesting sort of clam trails. It was kind of neat. Just a lot of these marks in the sand left by clams. Found a big old piece of driftwood I'm going to burn later. Just having a good time. Hey. 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 Well, I was looking at the underquilt there earlier, and I thought that looks kind of tight. I think I'm going to go loosen it off a little bit and just kind of get a sense of how lofty it feels underneath. And so I did, and I laid in the hammock, and I felt underneath, and it felt better. When you know it, I had about a half-hour nap. I woke up, and I feel great. It is about 4:30, I think. Oh, 4:45. I think I'll have a late-ish kind of supper. I'm not as hungry as I thought I would be while I'm out here. I think I brought too much food. Um, and I'm going to try to eat the heaviest things that I have here so that when I take off tomorrow, my load is a bit lighter. And that's it. So tonight I've just sort of going to do up some firewood and have a good fire, I think. Well, I just kind of wait for it to get dark. I mean, it's going to get good and dark, proper dark by 8:30, 9 o'clock. I know because I rolled in here last night at 8:30, and I mean, I could not see my hand in front of my face unless I held it up to the sky. It was pretty awesome that way, you know. Yeah. I kind of sucked showing up here in the dark, but it's like, well, I wanted dark sky, and I got it. So anyway, we're just sort of just going to idle through until the evening. Well, we'll get the fire going, I guess. I'm just going to use a lighter. I have nothing to prove anymore. Doing the upside down fire, so I have my little cotton balls, but then I got a bunch of tinder, my feather sticks. We'll see how it goes. I guess that went all right. All right, well, we got the laser colorimeter in. Forgot to do this yesterday. So I want to make sure that the laser is in the middle of the little white circle. Don't think you can really see that on the camera, but I'm going to adjust that, and then what we'll do is come back and adjust the primary mirror so that the laser points back into the center of the hole. You see it's a little bit out. I can't show you the sky, but I'm doing what's called eyepiece sketching. Let's see if I can see it for you. There we go. So what I do is I look in the eyepiece and I draw what I see. And it's as simple as that. Astronomy has turned into a bit of a rich man's game, you know?
And there's it's a bit of a lost art to be able to do eyepiece sketches. I've modernized it a little bit. What I do is I'll take my pencil drawing of what I see. Now the dots are stars, obviously, and the dark smudges are where I see light. So it's kind of a negative. So I'll load this in the computer. I'll invert the colors so that it's white on black instead of black on white, and then I'll redraw it in Photoshop or something like it, and I'll end up with a pretty accurate representation of what you actually see in the eyepiece. Because what you see online in the magazines is not what things look like to the eye. Good morning from the beach. Today is pack up and move day. I have one more night here, and I plan to spend that night on Allen Lake, or maybe even North Depot.
Well, we're saying goodbye to a wonderful campsite, and it's about 9:30, 9:40, and we're heading off. So, I'm gonna have breakfast on the paddle, and the soft area that I had to get through in the night should be much easier during the day. We'll see. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I left the campsite around 10 o'clock, so 3 hours, and I'm on the North River. I have a 370, and then a swampy area with a few beaver dams to cross, and then a 770, and then I'm free to camp. I can camp on either North Depot or Allen, and if I'm making good enough time, I might just head straight to the car. Well, here we are on Wendigo Lake. It was sort of part of the plan. I'd booked a contingency. I changed my third night from Radiant to Allen. so that on Monday I could just get up and go. But I made good time, and I thought, I'll just do the extra portage and paddle out. So I'm headed to my car. It's been a good trip. Despite the difficult travel, I've still had a really good time on Radiant Lake. I don't think I would do it again, though.